Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. It's Allison and today I am sharing with you some more December daily inspiration using your Cricut. I have a design process and I also have a scrapbook process. If you don't want to stick around for the design process, skip ahead and you will find the scrapbook process a little bit further into the video. So today I am creating a page for day 19. Today's design process is going to be super sped up. I cut a lot of stuff out because there was a lot of fussing and moving things around and not being happy with a lot of it. So today's design video is going to be like the abridged version. So I'm going to have two flip-flaps, and they're going to be adhered to the base page, sort of like a waterfall, so that you can see that there are multiple pages there. And the reason I did that is because I have multiple photos that I want to share or add to this page. And to make room for it all, I decided that I would use flip-flaps because they're going to be printed in 3x4, and so to make room for all of them, I thought flip-flaps attached to the base page would be neat and it would be the way to go. So I'm just working on the second flip-flap right now, which is 4 by 6 inches. And as you can see, the first one has reindeer on it and Make Merry and some trees. And the one on the top is ornaments. And I've got them arranged and it has something to say about Christmas cheer or something like that. So the base page has plaid on it. I don't care for this plaid cut file. I have it in there so that I know, mental note, that I want to stamp a plaid pattern again on this page. And then my plan is to adhere 2 of the 4 pictures that I want to share on this particular page in a row across the middle. So it's going to be actually covered mostly by the flip-flaps, and then I'm going to have the journaling written over top of it. So the stamping is going to help take away the bulk, reduce the bulk, so that I can just directly write on top of the stamping. If there was die cut or anything else, it would make it not quite as easy to write your journaling. So now this brings us to the scrapbook process. I created 2 pages today. One is just a filler page and the other is a base page for day 15. So right now I'm just working on the filler page, and this one is super simple and so much fun. I cut the snowflake cut file twice and sandwiched them together. That was mostly just so that it would add a little bit more stability so the page wouldn't be as flimsy. And then I decided to adhere some giant snowflakes on top of it. So on the facing page, it's going to have 2 layered snowflakes, one in mint and one in white. The base of this page is light gray. And then I'm going to add the title, Let It Snow, to this side of the page. And I'm going to add a little snowman as well to the O, and you'll see that in just a moment. But right this very second, I'm actually adhering the back side of this page, which is just a mirror image of the first side. There's nothing going to go on the back side of this page other than the 2 snowflakes. I just thought I would leave them as is. But on the facing part of the page, I really wanted this Let It Snow. So I'm using liquid glue to adhere that. And there is the cute little snowman that I assembled. He's just really little and the perfect cover for the O. Now I'm working on the base of this page. So I wanted to create a snowy background, and I did have a die cut chosen for this, but I was afraid it wouldn't cut very well because the images are quite small in it. So instead of cutting it, I decided to just stamp it. I knew that I had a really small snowflake in my stash, and so I used that to stamp the background. And then I also decided that I wanted to create a flip out page on this page as well. And instead of using one of my flip flaps, I went old school and did it myself. I left this part of the video out because I didn't quite know how I was going to do it, and it was a little bit of trial and error. But in the end, all I did was cut a strip of paper that was 1 inch wide and, to begin, 12 inches long. I used my scoring board to score it down the middle, to crease it, and then ended up gluing one side of that to the black half circle and then the other side of it to the back side of the page, which would create the bendy part to make my flip out. So now I'm just decorating the facing side of the page. I've got my photo, which is going to be attached to the outside edge of the half circle, and then my title next to it. So I realized as I was creating that having a black background on the back side of the page wasn't really going to work, and I was trying to figure out how I was going to decorate it or fill it up. Then I decided to just repeat the snowflake pattern by stamping it on white cardstock, and I cut it down to the same shape, and actually included my journaling on the inside of the circle, but only where the circle would cover it, so you don't see writing sticking out of the edges. So it looks like there's nothing there, but when you flip it open, you will see all the journaling. And somehow I managed to write an entire novel, you'll see in just a moment, about snow. Day 15, we had gotten snow, so I went out to shovel, and I filled a whole page with just random thoughts about snow. So to do that, I traced the circle with a pencil, so I knew to keep my journaling within those lines, and then used my straight edge ruler to mark lines inside it so that I could keep my journaling straight. At first I was thinking I would just keep the journaling to where the crease is, and then decided no, I was going to carry it across the page. And actually I really like the way that it looks. Here you can see the novel that I wrote, and it's just talking about some of the things that we have done so far this winter with such warm weather. And basically for us, at least in the northern hemisphere, Christmas is not Christmas without snow. And so that was essentially what my journaling was about. And then it occurred to me that, oh, I have the back side of this page that is empty as well. What am I going to do with it? Because the next pages that I'm going to be creating are going to be standalone pages, and they will not be adhered to the back side of this page. So I had to think quick and come up with some sort of a design for the very back side of the page. So back to my stamp sets I went, and actually from the stamp set that I used earlier, I pulled off a bigger snowflake and stamped that in gray across the page, and then I took the tiny snowflake that I used on the first 2 pages, or the front side of it, in sea glass, which is just a darker shade of mint, and stamped that over top of it. So there is like layered stamping. And with that, this page is complete. I add that super adorable snowman, snow girl, to the back side of it, and I just leave it as is. I add some stickles to the buttons on the snow girl in black. I also add some red stickles to the snowman's hat on the filler page, and I'm done. It was a lot of work to put these pages together, but it was so much fun at the same time. Like seriously, I'm really enjoying this process, and I can't wait for next year. That is it, my friends. I do have some still shots and close-ups coming up, just a few of them, so stick around for that. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and a like, and leave a comment to let me know that you had visited my channel. And also, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the little bell so you don't miss any other videos from me. I will be back again soon, hopefully this weekend, but if not, I'll see you again next week. Bye guys!